Alright, what's up, guys? So this is Paranormal Adventures, episode 5. Damn. So next week, we're officially finishing the Jamie part of this season, and then after that will be a 4-part season finale of Carly in her haunted house. And yeah, so I already have big plans ready for season 5. I'll talk more about that because this will be the most episodes I ever do for the series until I get to season 10 and then season 15 and so on and so forth. Because this series, it could technically be the longest series that I do because technically paranormal stories is constantly happening to all my friends, because since I have my family, my friends' families, and all my friends, and my significant other, she and all these people have paranormal experiences. Not on a regular basis, like every single day, every single week. But because I take a break from these series, that 5-week span, there could be more paranormal experiences that happen. And so, right now, just stories from myself, on Real Paranormal Stories, I have enough for at least 20 seasons. That's just by myself. That doesn't even count everyone else. So, technically, this could be the longest series I ever do. In Paranormal Adventures, I already did my 3 houses, and I already talked about basically my houses, but because my fiance has lived in 2 houses, I can talk about her house, her first house, and then her second house. Because Carly, she's lived in 2 houses, I can talk about both their houses, and then so on and so forth. And because each one is at least 3 parts, I'm only going to do 3 a season. So, yeah. So, let's get into part 2. This part, I'm just going to talk about the first paranormal experience she had in the house, and then the third part will be around 4 experiences, I think, and then kind of what the situation is with the house now. So the first experience she had didn't happen in not even the first year that she lived there, not even the first 2 years, but the 3rd year that she was living there. This is around late 2010, early 2011. No, wait. No, she moved in 8th grade. So, that was 9 years ago. So 6 years ago was when this experience happened, which would make it late 2012, early 2013. And it was winter time. And she had always believed in ghosts. All my friends do. We all believe in ghosts, but we believe in ghosts percentages a little bit differently. But we all wholeheartedly believe in ghosts, just our skeptic percentages are a little bit different. I'm about 98%, but the other 2% is, okay, what could this be? I and my fiance, she is about 99%, so she believes in it even more than I do. The lowest is probably Mike and Matt. They're at around. I asked them, and they said 78%. The other 22% is, what could this be? But about half of us are all in the high 90s. So it was, and Jamie told me that she was kind of surprised that it took the song to happen, because her first house, which I'll talk about in probably next season, but her first house was very, very haunted. Had experiences every other day or every other week, in some cases, but something would happen basically every single week. And she lived in that house up until, let me think, 8th grade was 14, so 2010. So she lived there from the time she was born till she was 14, so 14 years. But so she was surprised that it took 2.5, 3 years for her experience to happen. But after this experience, it just started happening a lot more. So it was one night, it was winter break. There was like a week left in winter break. And it was cold out. Just recently they had a ice storm. It's late 2012, early 2013. And there was a huge ice storm that hit her city. So it was very cold. Even the heaters really couldn't keep up. So it was around 1. She's a night owl, like basically all of us are night owls. And I remember, and she told me that she was just on her phone and she was just watching YouTube. I forgot to ask who she was watching on YouTube. But she was just sitting there, and all of a sudden she gets this knock on her door. And she's like, huh, weird. So she goes up to the door. At first she says, is anyone there? Hello? No one answers. So she goes up to the door. She answers it. No one's there. As soon as she closes the door, there's a knock on her door. So she opens the door. There's nothing there. So she doesn't really think anything of it. So she doesn't close the door all the way. All of a sudden, the door closes, and then there's another knock. She's like, huh, yeah, that's really weird, because if it was somebody, why the hell would you close the door and then knock on the door then? So she goes up, answers it, and there is no, because you would hear footsteps, even if you're not wearing any socks, you would still hear the footsteps going away. And there's no room right next to her room. So you have to go down the hall. So she doesn't know what the hell that was. And I'm like, huh, that's strange. But that is it. That was the first experience that she had in the house. First of many. I'll probably, from now on, whatever experience that I tell on this, I'll tell on my real paranormal stories. So yeah, so that is it. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.